Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Rudolph Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 10 Soviet Tech Tree Heavy, the IS-4. Sometimes I just want to chill, and one of the easiest tanks to always do well in while chilling is the IS-4, for a couple of reasons. First of all, the tank features a very solid gun, with not only a decent chunk of alpha at 420, but incredibly good pen at 374 millimeters on the high explosive anti-tank. So it's got great pen and a decent chunk of damage. When you add that onto the fact that the vehicle features 2,800 hit points, pretty solid armor, an incredibly good turret, and even decent mobility, there's no wonder why this is such a good heavy tank. The only real downside, which I guess you could say it is, the gun depression is only 6 degrees. But it's not like unbearable because the turret armor is so good. As long as you can get the turret in a workable position, you'll be fine, especially because the hull armor is also very solid. The best part about the IS-4 is when you just absolutely shred opponents' armor, and even if they pen you, you still got so much HP that it doesn't really matter. It kind of defeats the purpose of the mouse. The mouse is what, 3,021 hit points? And this vehicle's got 2,800. It's only a 200 hit point difference, and yet this vehicle's got a much better gun on accuracy, basically the same damage per minute, more penetration, and the fact that it's a much smaller, well-armored vehicle is just kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. Here we are, battle number 1 on Fort Despair. I'll be honest, Fort Despair, one of my least favorite maps in the game. First of all, it's just a really ugly color. I don't know why they don't remaster Fort Despair and make it nice and pretty green. Unfortunately, it's like a ugly brown. But even with the color aside, Fort Despair is one of those maps that, well, the IS-4 can do well on either side, because if you go to A, the turret armor is incredible to work. You're going to see where I'm going in just a moment. But it's also a really good tank to work at C. However, I normally don't drive the IS-4. I normally drive tanks that, well, require a lot more skill in certain areas and less in others. But the problem with that is Fort is just one of those maps that if your team doesn't want to go the right way, or the enemy team plays a little bit too aggressive, you can fall apart incredibly fast. But as you can see, I have a lot of my team covering me, so I'm going to go right here. This is by far one of the best spots to put an IS-4 on any map. You're tall enough to look completely over any of the walls here, but not only that, it's the fact that the IS-4 is just... it's such a good holding tank in this position. So you can see we've already gotten 2 shells into the enemy Skoda T50. This player is obviously not enjoying life all too much right now. We're just going to chill right here and bonk, nice HE into the Skoda, finishing him off. That was by far one of the biggest threats on the enemy team, but now that that player's gone, we don't have to worry nearly as much. We know that... well, the enemy still has 6 tanks left. We see the 4202, who I'm not really sure why our teammate rushed. We can also see the grill. We can see the K91. But where the heck is the rest of the enemy team? Like, they all can't be where this grill's at. Well, I guess they are. There's the 268 who shot me. Rather interesting. Alright, well, let's get a shell into the enemy Emil 2. There you go. He shot at us back, but we got a nice bounce. We're just going to angle our tank back and forth. This is where the IS-4 just does so well. You can see how the armor on the tank is just so effective at dealing with people that don't know how to aim, and this Emil is definitely one of those players. The DPM on this tank, it's plenty to get the job done. You can see we've gotten some very easy slaps into this poor player, and at this point, I'm not going to overextend to a point where we can't deal with anything. Like, yeah, I kind of figured the grill was going to roll off to my side, so that's fine. We were able to bait a shot from the grill. He bounced us, which is pretty easy. We got the 4202 all the way in the back over here, and come on, show me the side of your turret. Oh, that's a little bit anger-inducing. It's fine. We're still chilling here anyway. We're going to push over towards the Grill 15. I'm going to try and help out my K91, but I also don't want to get stuck in a position where my teammates are obviously going to be the detriment of my game here. So, interesting. Well, that's a little bit irritating, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to start backing up. I think I may have bitten off a bit more than I could chew here. We're going to get a nice shell into the enemy grill, and now we're going to start backing up, hopefully before this 268 can get a shell into us. Nice. Just like that, we are now in a pretty good position. Okay, well, let's see if we can get a shell into the 268. He still went through our hatch. All right, well, Guess I'm just gonna mold. Sheridan is possibly gonna kill me. I'm praying. Okay, my teammate was indeed able to kill that Sheridan, which is actually rather good news. All right, we got the 268 off to the side. I need one bounce. There you go. One bounce from the K91 is all we needed, which means at this point, even if the K91 shoots me, I should be able to hold. Let's load in a heat shell. There you go. 268 bounces me. Still alive. Pretty good. I mean, this is just a great example, again, of where the IS-4 does such a good job at holding. It's just one of those tanks that it doesn't matter how good or bad your team is, you can always try and come out with a decent situation. Now, this team sucked. I don't know, legitimately, I do not know how our team managed to lose this battle. I was distracting a grill, a K91, and a 268. I seriously am completely baffled on how our team lost this game. But as I said, the IS-4 is one of those tanks that you just chill in. So even though we lost, we probably did a pretty solid chunk of damage. In fact, we did 4,508. We also blocked 5,000 damage. So, yeah, I mean, when you have a team like a 4005 that does 370, a T100 LT I didn't even know existed, it's just rather unfortunate when you have players like this that perform this poor on your team. But, oh well. Let's do another game and hopefully brush that one off to the past. Well, second battle, what do we have? Okay, AMX 50B, AMX M4. I mean, they have a decent lineup. They also have two decent players, and our team is going town. Channel the anger. Channel the anger. I am a little salty, but I guess this is what I get for playing at 6 a.m. Teams have no clue what they're doing. So, what are we going to run into? Well, most likely, the enemy IS-4 and T-22 are going to go to A side, because I would expect them to. We got a nice shot into the 50B, though, for 385. You can see where the pretty good on-movement dispersion. What the... I lied. Their whole team's going this side of the map. What the heck am I watching? Alright, well, 4202 gets a shot into my side, and we get shot by something else in the crossing. That's really fun. Alright, whatever. Let's aim in a shell on the 50B. There you go. Nice shot. Again, another low roll. 840 damage is what we should be at. Oh, my rat. That 4202 is incredibly annoying. Alright, well, not much I can do about him, so we're just going to back up to right here for now. This is a pretty good spot where the 4202 can't get shells into me, and we can still kind of hold pretty well. We're going to try and get to the side of this IS-4, and bonk. Or not. Okay. I'm going to try and push up if I can. Although, actually, it looks like we don't need to. With the VZ putting himself in that position there, we can just aim in a shell on his lower plate. There you go. Nice 460 damage shot. You can see just where the IS-4, again, it's such a good holding take. I mean, it doesn't matter really what you do as the enemy. You can't deal with 2,800 health very easily. So we get a nice shot into the enemy IS-4, then we angle perfectly. He's not able to pen us, and our Kron is going to push him. Our Kron bounces the one shell, and we're going to aim it on his vehicle. There you go. We get a nice shot right into his lower plate. So just like that, we've been able to absolutely smoke this side of the map. We haven't done anything crazy for damage, only 2,400, but we're winning, and that's really all that matters, to be completely real. So let's see if we can get any more damage out here. We got the T-22 and FE-4202. There you go. Nice shot on the move. For some reason, the IS-4, it always features a really good gun when it comes to on-movement dispersion. It always seems to hit its shots, even though Wargaming nerfed its on-move. It just never seems to affect it. So, just like that, we're up to almost 3,000 damage. Now we're going to drive right through mid. IS-4, yeah, it's not the fastest tank, but speed doesn't matter too much when you've got so much HP. I mean, what is this 4202 going to do to us here? We're just going to push him. He literally can't pen us at this angle. We're going to cut right through his turret. Now we're just going to keep on pushing. Hello, 4202. Yep, keep on shooting at us. You literally can't pen me. And dead. Alright, well just like that, all that's left is the enemy object 268, which should be a pretty easy kill. I don't know exactly where this player is, but we'll see if we can get some damage out. So let's push ahead. Oh, E100 almost just spun me out. I would have guessed this 268 is AFK. Could be wrong, but that would be my guess. You can see our 57 Heavy got spotted, and yes, I was correct. The object 268 is indeed AFK. Now, we're not going to get a lot of damage out because our 57 Heavy is going to nuke him, but we'll get one pen in. There you go. Nice 525 max roll. I'll take it. We did 4,200 damage in this game. You can see how the IS-4 once again It's just a tank you don't need to really try in. It's a fantastic vehicle. Honestly, I don't know why more comp teams aren't using it because of the fact that it's got HP, turret armor, and a solid gun. It's such a good combination of everything. So, there you have it. Pretty good battle. Can't complain. Our 57 of you got a farm and a half, but to be fair, the majority of the damage he got was on that AFK 268, so I can't really say all too much about that. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the IS-4. It's a vehicle that I would highly recommend any beginners to try out, but you should be a little careful. Make sure that you get the top modules on the ST1 before you get to the IS-4. Because, yeah, let's be real. This gun with 175 mils of base pen is the worst thing you'll ever drive. And the stock turret is also absolutely tragic. So, whatever you do, do not go for the ST1 stock. If you want to, as a beginner, get the IS-4. Make sure you save up free XP. You can see I have 680,000. Save that free XP up so that way you can use it on the modules before you get to the IS-4. Just a little bit of advice. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.